would say who likes my overalls, but you probably can't see them. But who likes my overalls? Thank you, I made them. Let me just stand like this for a second. Oh my god, hi, my name's Moss. Thanks so much for being here. Give it up for yourselves. Thanks for being here. My name's Moss. I have been an out and proud, non-binary person, genderqueer, gender fucker, gender alien, one of them scary transgenders, for about 6 years now. And I gave my mom 3 years to get it. You know what I mean? Which I think is pretty generous. When you have a person threatening you with unconditional love your whole life, you're like, okay, prove it. She failed miserably. She was a wiener the whole time. I would send her articles about like, what is a non-binary person? Like even from like safe news outlets to her, like CBS News, what is non-binary? And she'd be like, I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that. She told me I was crazy. She said I was looking for attention. When I first came out to her, I just turned 30, and she said this really amazing thing. She was like, you gotta go easy on me. You're my youngest child. You just turned 30. You're bisexual all of a sudden. Your gender's different. You're practicing witchcraft now. And also, I don't like your haircut. Which I said, fuck, my haircut made the list? Too bad, I like it. It's really funny because I thought she would understand more than anybody because she was there when I fucking was growing up, you know? And I was such a frumpy, sad, straight girl because I was neither of those things. And they both felt awful when I was trying to do them. So I thought she would kind of get that. I also thought she would get it because my mom, for lack of a better phrase, is kind of soft butch. Her favorite thing about traditional womanhood is misogyny. She doesn't really like dresses. She doesn't really fuck with makeup. I don't think that she knows you can opt out of that. And I'm sure watching me lay gender down on the ground like a bomb and then just walking away probably made her really pissed off. One time we were on the phone and I was like, you know, I thought you'd understand more than anybody. And when she kind of understood what I was implying, her voice got really deep and she went, I'm not like you. Which to me sounds like a person screaming from a closet inside of a closet. Like Russian nesting doll closet. So after about 3 years of that bullshit, I decided I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to be like, hey mom, I'm an adult person. I need you to respect who I am. This isn't a phase. My pronouns are what they are. I don't care about your Republican friends. I don't care that you're a closeted Democrat. That's your problem. I need you to respect who I am. And you guys, she threw a total shit fit. She yelled at me, she started crying, and then she hung up the phone like a little kid. And later she sent me a text that said, I'm done with you. And it destroyed me. It's the most grief I've ever been through. Like when they originally asked me to be in this show, and they're like, have you lost anybody? And I was like, sort of. Not in the way you guys have, but sort of. It absolutely destroyed me. There was an entire year that I cried. I'm in my angry phase about it now. I decided I should do like the gentle self thing and go to therapy about it. So I utilized my OHP, I got a therapist, I told her all of this, plus my childhood. I haven't even told y'all about my dad yet. He was a horrible person. We're good though, because he died. He did. Dead Dad Club. But so I told the therapist all of these things, and this therapist was like, we're gonna work through this together. I'll be your mom now. We'll work through this together. It sounds like you've been driving the Titanic your whole life. You need to jump ship and protect your peace. We'll work through this together. I'm your mom now. And I felt so validated and cared for, and I was very ready to start this healing journey. And then right before our second appointment together, the clinic called me and they said, hey, that lady quit over the weekend. And like, I didn't know that when she said she was going to be my mom, she was going to message someone. Look out, Jim Carrey again. That's the man on the moon bullshit. So it destroyed me again. I was destroyed again. If there are any therapy students in here, please don't tell a person with abandonment issues that you're going to be their new mom and freak out. You know what I mean? Don't do that. I was destroyed. But instead of going back to therapy, because that was devastating, I started doing breathing work. I started practicing gentle reparenting. I did start doing stuff with my witchcraft, and I started playing Stardew Valley a lot. Because some days, the best thing that can happen for you is that your digital crops come in. You know what I mean? Stardew Valley. Give it up for Stardew Valley. Where was I going with this? Oh, so I did that for a few years, Stardew Valley, the breathing, and then, I did pretty good on my own. And then a few months ago, I thought about killing myself. It kind of came all of a sudden, like an ocean wave. Like, it would be so easy. You wouldn't have to worry about any of this. You wouldn't have to worry about any of this stress. It could be so easy. And I haven't had any thoughts like that since I was like 13. It kind of like surprised me and freaked me out. So I sat with those feelings. I let them pass through my body. I told my husband immediately, told my boss. I took off a couple days from work. And I got through it. And ironically, it was about 2 days before my birthday. So I was given a unique opportunity to give myself the gift of life this year for my birthday. And so I did. For my 36th birthday, I gave myself the gift of life. And I'm already killing it better than my parents did, you guys. Thank you. I mean, first of all, I planned this life. Judgment, mom and dad. On pregnancy, what? I planned this life. And anytime I have any type of anxiety, I'll say things to myself like, it's okay, buddy, we'll get through this. We're going to be okay. I'm here for you, and you're here for me. And that's never anything I heard when I was a kid. So I'm killing it. But the hardest part after like a suicidal ideation moment, a possible attempt, is having to tell your people. Especially for somebody like me, I'm hyper independent. I don't want anybody to worry about me. I was told I was a burden a lot as a child, so I'm very worried about people having to care for me or go out of their way to love me. And so I was really nervous about telling my people. Like, one of my best friends came to my new apartment to see what my new place looked like, and she was about to leave. She was putting her shoes on. She had one shoe on, she had the other shoe in her hand, and I said, oh, by the way, I thought about killing myself a few weeks ago, but it's fine, I'm fine now, you don't need to worry. And my best friend with her same shoe in her hand looked at me right in my eyes and said, Moss, that was a really spicy Midwest goodbye. And we both cackled and we hugged, and it was awkward and hilarious. And you know what? Awkward and hilarity is the spice of life. I'm so glad I'm still here. And then I told my other best friend, who is a therapist, and they gave me some really good information that I'm now going to share with you in case you need it. Apparently, if you're neurospicy or autistic or anything like that, where my autistics at? Anything like that, when your brain hits emotional and physical overwhelm and it's used up all of its ideas, apparently it thinks it's being helpful by suggesting death. Like if you're a complete, absolute overwhelm, your brain's like, hey, have you thought about dying? Does that help? Death? No? Yes? So, and my friend is so funny, they have a similar like trauma story to me. After they told me that, they were like, I don't know if that's helpful, but that's something to know. And I was like, no, that's very helpful. Now I know when my brain is like, hey, die, TM. I know that voice is not me. I can sit with those feelings, I can sit with that voice and know that it's not my own inner voice and let that pass through me. And I want to tell you that because I think that's so good to know that your spicy brain might throw that up as an option. And also, I found out another good reason to live. A few weeks ago, I was at the grocery store checking out. My grocery store has decided that if you have more than 15 items, now you have to check out with a person, and you can't self-checkout anymore, which is a nightmare for me. I have anxiety, and I'm really specific about how I like to bag things. So my first checkout with a human interaction in a long, long time was with this young Hispanic kid. And I was pushing the things through, my husband's putting them in bags. Whatever, and this kid goes, can I ask you a random question? And I said, sure, and then I was really nervous because usually when people say that to me, they're like, what's the deal with your beard? What gender are you? What's up with you? It's always girl with beard, never boy with boobs. Someday that changes for me. But they said, can I ask you a random question? And I said, sure, hoping for the best. And they said, okay, I just moved out of my parents' house, my toxic parents' house. I've gone no contact with them. I've moved in with a friend who's non-binary. I just came out as non-binary too. And I was wondering what you think my very first I've cut them off and I'm out and proud outfit should be. And I felt so honored. And also I felt really confused because I was just wearing like a ratty t-shirt and some jeans, so I wasn't like repping the brand very well. But I felt so honored, and I was like, have you ever worn an ascot? And they were like, is that the flappy one that Victorian men wear with the fancy blouses? And I was like, yes. And they were like, I would love that, I'm gonna do that. What else do you think? And I was like, I think you should try a dangly earring on one side. I think that would be really fun. And then they were like, you know what? I just bought some knee-high sparkly Prince boots, and I'm gonna throw it all together. They're like, thank you so much for telling me about this and what to wear. I'm so excited to wear that outfit. And I packed up my groceries with my husband, and we went outside, and I immediately just burst into tears because the kids need to see you survive, so they can see themselves survive.